Picture this. You crack open the blade itself expecting classic fantasy heroes and epic quests, and instead, you get Logan Ninefingers, a barbarian who's equal parts philosopher and blood-soaked berserker. He's not your typical muscle-bound hero. He's a man haunted by his past, grappling with the weight of his choices while trying to survive in a world that's anything but forgiving. Then there's Sandan Glokta, a torturer with a twisted sense of humor and a backstory that'll make your heart ache. He's a character who embodies the phrase, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." But in his case, it's more like, "What doesn't kill you leaves you bitter and sarcastic." His inner monologues are sharp and darkly funny, giving you insight into a mind that's as twisted as the world he inhabits. And let's not forget Giselle, the arrogant pretty boy nobleman you'll want to slap, but also weirdly cheer for as he stumbles through his own arrogance. He's the kind of character who makes you roll your eyes one moment and root for him the next. You can't help but get invested in his journey, even when he's being insufferable. This book isn't about saving the world. It's about people, messy, selfish, hilarious, heartbreaking people, navigating a world that's just as brutal and morally murky as they are. Joe Abercrombie doesn't do chosen ones or shiny heroes. His characters are flawed, human, and so compelling you'll forget they're fictional. Want a noble knight? Tough luck. Here, even the good guys have blood on their hands, and the villains might just make you laugh with their brutal honesty. The plot? It's there, but it's sneaky. At first, it feels like a slow burn. A bunch of misfits crossing paths, political schemes brewing, and whispers of ancient magic. But trust me, every conversation, every snarky insult, every battle. Oh, the battles, they're chaotic and visceral, like you can smell the sweat and iron. Each moment is laying groundwork for a tidal wave of consequences in the trilogy. And the humor. Abercrombie's wit is drier than a desert. Glokta's inner monologue alone is worth the read. He's like a grumpy, pain-riddled Shakespearean villain trapped in a fantasy novel. The banter between characters cuts through the darkness like a knife, keeping the story from ever feeling too heavy. Is it grim? Absolutely. This is a world where survival often means compromising your morals, and happy endings are as rare as unicorns. But that's what makes it feel real. The lack of hand-holding world-building might throw some readers. You won't get maps of ancient kingdoms or 10-page lore dumps, but the focus on character makes the world feel lived in, like you're walking through muddy streets and crumbling castles alongside these anti-heroes. If you're tired of predictable fantasy tropes and crave something raw, witty, and unflinchingly human, the blade itself is your gateway drug. Just brace yourself. By the end, you'll be emotionally attached to a one-armed torturer, a narcissistic swordsman, and a guy who talks to ghosts, and you'll immediately need the next book.